Hello. What I would like to talk to you about today is particularly aimed at architects, at builders, or people who might be involved in self-building, building their own home. And what it is about is sizing the heat source for your property. Now, sizing heat source basically means getting a heat source, whether it's a boiler or a heat pump or something else, which is sufficient to heat the property. And the way to do this is actually very, very simple. What you do is you have to get something called the U values of the property. So the U values of the floor, of the roof, of the ceilings, of the walls will all have a different U value. And then what you've got to do is you've got to get the U value, times it by the area of the floor, the walls and the ceiling. And eventually that kind of all gets added up together and gives you a whole one big number. So what you do is you go into one room over here, you take the U values of this room, maybe this room over here, and you'd add all the U values together for this room, you'd add them all up, and eventually you come up with a figure, and that's the size of the boiler or the heat pump or whatever it might be that you need. Now, if to you that sounds really, really complicated, don't worry. I can help you. I am able and qualified to just run plans to size the heat source requirements for the property. So for example, this place, when the person who was building this, when he decided to get going, he sent me on his plans and I told him what he needed was an 8.5 kilowatt heat source, and that's what we're going to put in. Now I can do that for you for the very reasonable price of £120. So if you was to get in touch with me and send me on the plans just by email, then I could just simply do that for you, send it back, give you what you need with the full set of calculations all nice laid out, and then that would be yours. However, I also want to help you out a little bit more as well. You see, although I can do the sizing of a heat source, no problem at all, it's not really what I do. What I do is install heating systems, and particularly heat pumps and biomass boilers. And in fact, the very attractive underfloor heating that you can see around me, that was installed just yesterday. And it's just been pressure tested and it's all fantastic. So if you were to send me on your plans and I said, right, this is the size of the heat source that you need, that would be yours, you could give me the £120 and that would be absolutely fine. At that point, if you decided to say, well, Michael, why don't you give us a price for fitting that particular thing? So it may be that it's a 10 kilowatt air source heat pump, and I could do that for you. And if you decided to go ahead with that, then what I would do is I would actually knock off the price of the original sizing. So that £120 will be cash back to you if you decide to go ahead. So overall, I think it's a fantastic deal and I look forward to hearing from you.